Government spokesman Eric Kiraithe has asked Kenyans not to leave their work on Monday to join the opposition in their strike. "We are telling Kenyans to continue with their business as usual," he said. The NASA supporters can sing, march, walk, but will not be allowed to throw stones, beat up people or lynch anyone. Kiraithe said it was time. Raila Odinga and his team noted that demonstrations will not fix the problem the country is facing. He said the Supreme Court clearly said that IEBC must ensure it conducts the fresh within the law, hence the amendments tabled in Parliament. Parliament is working on what it needs to do, the spokesman said in a statement to newsrooms on Sunday. He castigated NASA for thinking that whenever there is a national issue that needs to be sorted, it must be removed from Parliament. "And I asked them, why did we elect a parliament?" Kiraithe asked, adding that moving outside institutions that are established to do its work is dangerous. "Demagogues will do this type of things because you thrive outside the established space, you thrive in anarchy," he said. "This country has institutions. So, demagogues really have to find their place, because institutions in this country will be allowed to run. Read, let's square it out on the streets," Nairobi business community tells NIS. Also read, Raila declares nationwide Monday, Friday demos over IEBC election loss and the assault on the University of Nairobi students. He said the matter is being investigated, adding that the perpetrators will be brought to book. This followed shocking video recordings which captured anti-riot police assaulting and beating students using batons, whips and kicks at their halls of residence. Students were heard yelling and crying from the beatings of the officers. "This is the matter I have just said is being investigated by the IG Joseph Boynet. And obviously, if anyone is found culpable then they will be dealt with," Kiraithe said. The spokesman said no one wants to see violence brought against students, but noted that the hostels must not be a refuge for thugs. "University hostels must not be the refuge for thugs roaming the streets in the name of demonstrations," he said. "But the students also have to ensure that rogues that are robbing people along the streets and highways (DONA circumflex euros to end up in university hostels." See video. IPOA probing police assault on UN students law amendments. Kiraithe defended the proposed amendments to the election laws, saying Parliament needed to deal with loopholes which saw President Uhuru Kenyatta's win nullified. Supreme Court clearly said that Parliament needed to do something about clarifying the laws. "It didn't say politicians at political rallies needed to clarify the laws," he said. "It didn't say we, journalists, needed to sit at a pub and clarify the laws. It didn't circumflex euros to say high school students should debate and clarify the laws." He said Kenyans cannot pretend that the Supreme Court didn't say such things in its ruling. "So, if you tell me these things return us to the dark ages which some of us were never in, we wouldn't circumflex euros to know what that means," Kiraithe said. He said Kenya have made a lot of progress, adding that I don't circumflex euros to think that we have the potential, just the mere potential of returning to the dark ages. "No, what the Supreme Court asked for is clarity. What Parliament is going to give the Supreme Court is clarity, so that never again in our country can an election, leave alone that of the president, be nullified without checking actually what was the will of the Kenyan people," he said. President Uhuru Kenyatta also defended changes to the electoral laws and asked NASA leader Raila Odinga to stop opposing everything ahead of the repeat election. IEBC talks with stakeholders collapsed after NASA representatives walked out of the meeting. Siaya's Senator James Orengo said the Jubilee Party has come up with a proposed bill they cannot accept. Read IEBC talks collapses, NASA protests drastic election bill. Also read MPs push for manual results to Trump electronic and President Raila demonstrations will not help Raila, when he called the weekly demos, told journalists that they are taking the battle to the people of Kenya. He asked citizens to resist the return of dictatorship under Uhuru's Jubilee administration, saying it is reminiscent of the era of single-party rule.